Number one is I've seen more than one guy on the secret Facebook group. I've seen more than one guy ask the same question: Do less wayward spouse wives come home, come back to the marriage than wayward spouse husbands? And I hate to do this, but I even went through I've been reading through the reconciliation stories in the file section, and there's far more wayward husbands stories that came home than there are wayward wives that left and came home. The ratio is 3 to 1 or 4 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And guys are posting this, and so that's being a guy whose wife left. You get, of course, you're looking to read the crystal ball and and stuff like that. So that's my first question: is there less chance for a wayward wife to come home than a wayward husband?
There's no statistical evidence for that, Adam. You see, when you do research, which I know you're not doing real research, but when you do research, you have to make sure that you're looking at a group that's wide enough that you can see what's happening with people beyond just a certain circumstance. And so the fact that in our Facebook group, that particular Facebook group, and by the way, for those that are not familiar with that, we have an online course that we offer, and people who get into that online course are then invited into what is called our secret Facebook group, which means you're only in it if we invite you in it, and that's what Adam's referring to. And you're working with Jared. I assume that Jared then is coaching you. Is that correct?
Yes, and things have really turned around since the moment I started employing his techniques and Marriage Helper. We've had 99.9% positive interaction.
Good, excellent. Well, Jared's one of our coaches.
Yeah, because of Jared. Yeah.
Right. All of our coaches work for Jim, who's here with me. He's our director of coaching as well as director of operations. And Jared's one of our coaches, and we have a lot of confidence in our coaches. And so I'm glad that that's helping. But that's also for those people out there. If you're saying, well, I want to know more about that online course or about how to get into our coaching, then we'll have telephone numbers come up here in a couple of minutes, and you can call and talk to one of our client representatives, and they can tell you how to do that. Now, back to the initial question. There is no statistical evidence that I am aware of, and I read research constantly that says that it's less likely for a straying female to come back to a marriage than it is for a straying male. Now, what you're seeing is probably this. Now, understand, you're in a microcosm. In that group, it's not a good view of the general population. Mm-hmm. So even if in that group you see a 3 to 1 ratio where it looks like more men come back than women, that's not broad enough for us to look at that and make a conclusion from it. That's just a particular group of people. Now, if you think about it, more men leave the homes than do women. Therefore, we're not also talking about the same ratio. So if it was like for every man that left a home to stray, there was a woman that left a home to stray, and then you say, wow, it looks like 3 times more of these guys are coming back than these, then that would be statistically significant. But we look at it and go, but there's a dramatically stronger level, or higher number, I should say, of men leaving homes than women. Therefore, you would expect a significantly higher percentage of them coming back. Mm-hmm. Not percentage, number of them coming back, because there are just more of them. The percentage might still be exactly the same, the percentage, but the numbers would be higher because there are more men who do that. So I've seen many women come back who were the straying women. And so I don't have any lack of confidence in that at all. I don't think, well, oh my goodness, it was the woman, it's done. We just don't think like that because that's not what we experience when we work with people. And in our workshops, we have a tremendous number of couples come where it's the wife who is the one that strayed, and still see a 75% success rate in those couples working it out. So, Adam, I don't think that number is one to worry about, okay? You agree?
I totally agree.
Okay, good.
Especially if you bring in the fact, sorry about that, Adam, especially if you bring in the fact also that typically women communicate more on our sites. They just do. Now, we're seeing maybe it's the word's getting out or whatever, but typically we see women communicating more, and often what you'll find is when the wife returns, or actually when the husband returns, we don't get as many reports of, hey, great things are happening. Mm-hmm. It's like it's fixed, and they fall off the face of the earth, so to speak.
Yeah, they leave our group because it's like, we now are just focused on us.
We're good. And so as a result of that, you may not see it. But I think overall, the communication issue with some men being willing to communicate that return at some point may be the challenge. You know, Adam, what I hear for you is you're looking for hope. And we all need hope. Every one of us need to be able to look ahead and see something that shows a little bit of the light at the end of the tunnel. And I want to encourage you just one thing. I mean, there's a number of things, and I wouldn't step on Jared's toes because he is so amazing as a coach. And he's probably told you this, but that is this: hold your vision. Look ahead to what the vision of the relationship is you want. And it is common to look for help or encouragement outside that. I'd say stop the research in air quotes. You know, quit looking because you might be a little skewed in that. And then second of all, hold your vision. What is the highly detailed mental picture of the relationship you really want to have with your wife? And then you pursue that, because truthfully, what other people have experienced or gone through isn't relevant to your relationship. This is your relationship, and that's why this coaching is so powerful as they're working one-on-one with you. We have things we offer that are general, but looking at yours, man, hold your vision, work the process of what's there, do whatever you can to work your pies to the best of the ability, and I have a lot of confidence in the movement that comes as a result of that.
Excellent.